My name is Cindy and I am 33. I have combo skin and dry cheeks, got some dark spots going on, dark circles under my eyes. I have milia on my chin, some early aging here and on my forehead and in this area. And I am reviewing the summer box, and tonight we are going to talk about what I do for my, well, I'm going to start with a PM routine because I had gone over my AM routine last time. But I think I'm going to go over both because they both change so much. I'm not going to apply tonight just because we have so much to talk about, and I don't think we have time to do both. But I still think you guys will have a lot of opportunity to ask questions and learn from what I've been doing. So I'm going to start off with what I do at night. At night I start with a double cleanse of the vacuum cleaner cleansing oil. So I do an oil cleanse. It is the most important part of keeping my face healthy. So definitely want to put that one up there if you guys aren't using an oil cleanser. It's so important to get all the junk out of your face. So I always start with an oil cleanser, and then I follow that with a second cleanse of the bamboo foaming cleanser from the summer box, which we've talked about how good this one smells. I can't like pick it up without opening it and smelling the rainstorm goodness inside. So that's my double cleanse in the morning, and then I follow that with the strawberry cocktail exfoliating toner. And I'm only using this in the mornings, guys. I tried using it in the morning and in the evening, and it was a little bit too much for me. It's just like I can feel it working, and at least for me, not giving myself a break. Hi Dale. Strawberries. So for me at least, because I can still feel it working like halfway through the day, not giving my skin that break overnight, it was just too much for me. Like I needed a break where I didn't feel anything happening. So I went back to only using it in the morning, because it's definitely reducing my oil production so much that I was actually having to use more moisturizer than I normally do. But when I only use it in the morning, it makes the dryness go away and the oiliness go away. So it's like the perfect balance. So I think that's one of the biggest things that you guys are going to have to figure out when you start to use this. The toner is what's best for you, because I know some people, like Marissa, is using it twice a day and it works wonderful for her. And for me, once a day is like my golden amount, and that's perfect for me. That's perfect for my skin. So, and I gotta smell it again. Oh, it just smells so good. It's like somebody took strawberries and pineapples and passion fruit and just put it in a blender and put it in a bottle for you to smell whatever you want. It's wonderful. Okay, so double cleanse, oil cleanse, bamboo cleanser, strawberry exfoliating cocktail toner. And then my morning routine's more based on oil control, because I do like about halfway through the day, if I don't do my routine properly, if I don't control the oil properly and then moisturize on top of that properly, then I will start to get like a layer of oil coming out of my pores, maybe around like 2 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock. But if I do it right, that doesn't happen. So this is what has worked for me. I start with the Lotus Serum Mist as my first serum. So I spray this on in the morning. And then I follow that with Piper's Peat. And Piper's Peat is, it's really good for milia. It's good for breakout areas and reducing your pores. So I just spot treat with this one. I use it around here where I get breakouts, and I use it on my nose, on my chin where I have milia, and over here where I get them too. And then I use it back where I get the breakouts under my jawline. So Lotus and Piper's Peat. And then I follow that with the prickly pear serum, that we're testing right now. This one's supposed to help with oil control as well, and with balance. I haven't noticed like a dramatic difference from using this one, but I think it is helping with the oil production a little bit. And then I followed that with the coconut serum, which is also in the summer box. And this one's so lovely, guys. It gives like the perfect amount of hydration, and it just smells. It smells like somebody cracked a coconut open, fresh from a tree, and just handed it in front of you. It's the most amazing smell, but it gives just enough hydration for the day, without doing too much. Like I used to use Hydra during the day, and that was one of the things I transitioned when I transitioned the summer box routine, was I switched out my Hydra for my coconut, and I think it was a good daytime replacement. I was nervous about it because Hydra was working so well for me, but Hydra, it was just getting too heavy for daytime for me. So I replaced it with coconut, and that's helping to balance the oil, helps to kill bacteria, and then it also gives you a little bit of hydration, so it has like a really nice balance to it. And then after I use coconut, I use Magic Dragon. This one I only use like 1 drop usually, and I use it under my eyes and for dark, because it does help with dark circles. And then I use blend it into the areas I break out. So I just blend it in right here and on my jawline, and then I also use it on the areas above my lips and below my lips, like where it's starting to get, like the lines are starting to blur a little bit, because it does help to heal. So those are the only serums I use in the morning. So that is 5 serums. But Lotus, I kind of count. It's because it's just a spray, so it's not really complicated application. So that one's kind of nice. And then after that, in the morning, I use Bright Eyes under my eyes. And I just use a tiny little dab, and I just use it under here, and that's it. And I just do it real gently. And I am real careful with Bright Eyes not to get it up towards the tear ducts, because if it gets in my tear ducts, they get really irritated. So but I realized how well it works, so I'm just really careful to just stay down here and go in this area, and just stay away from the tear ducts with this one, at least for me, because my eyes are really sensitive. And then after that, I use the Blush Beauty oil on top of everything. Oh no, I'm sorry, I lied. I use Red Wine Press Serum after Bright Eyes. And then I put this all over. I start under my eyes because it helps with dark circles as well. And then I kind of use it all over. I pat it in all over. And then I follow that one with just a few drops of Blush Beauty oil. And I just kind of pat it in over my face. And then to seal everything in, depending on the day. If it's going to be really, really humid and muggy outside, then I actually do this backwards. I'll use a couple drops of Blush Beauty oil and then put RWPS on top as my last moisturizer, and that's it. But if I know it's going to be a drier day and it's not humid outside, then instead I will use the Red Wine Press Serum, a few drops of blush, and then I'll put a layer of the After Sun face balm on top of that, just for a little bit extra moisture. So it just depends on the day. Some days I need the extra moisture, but then on the real muggy, thunderstormy days that we've been having, or the real humid days, I don't use After Sun. So that is my morning routine. Does anybody have any questions about that you want to know before I move on to the PM routine? Anybody have any questions? I don't even think I see any questions going on. All right, we'll go ahead and move on. So in the evening, like I told you guys, my evening routine is very different. My morning routine is based on oil control and just protecting my face for the day. And then so for the evening, I use the... You know what? I'm sorry, guys. I told you that I used the oil cleanser in the morning. I don't use the oil cleanser in the morning. In the morning, I use the bamboo foaming cleanser, and then I use the oatmeal and rice cleansing grains. I got that backwards. Because I'm talking about both morning and evening. So in the morning, I start with bamboo, and then I follow with the cleansing grains, and then the toner. So sorry about that. And then some mornings, if I'm in a super hurry, I'll use the bamboo cleanser, and then I'll use the peppermint water, and that's it. I won't use the grains. It just depends on if I'm in a super hurry and I just need it to be fast. So in the evening, I use the vacuum cleaner cleansing oil that I accidentally said I used in the morning, and then I follow that with the bamboo foaming cleanser from the summer box. And then after that, because I'm not using the toner in the evenings, because like I said, using it twice a day is too much for me, I use the Maple Essence toner. and I just pour like probably 6 drops of this in my palm, and then I rub them together and I kind of pat it in and give it a minute to soak in. And this helps to like kind of prep your skin, just like the strawberry. It's just not as it's not as exfoliating, so it still does a really good job to help everything soak in, but it's not working as hard. And then after the Maple Essence toner in the evening, I did decide to start using coconut after that in the evenings. I wasn't using coconut in my evening routine before, but I like it so much now that I decided to start using it twice a day. So I follow the Maple Essence toner with coconut, and then I use Dorian Gray. I mostly just spot treat with Dorian Gray. I try to get like the areas where I have a couple chicken pox scars. I don't know if you guys can see them. And then I get like the areas with the early aging, so like on the corners of my eyes and on the top of my nose and here and on my forehead, I use Dorian Gray. And then after that one, I use a few drops of Marine. I always start with my cheeks with this one just because my cheeks are where I tend to get dry. Although that seems to be getting a lot better, guys, since I started using the Summer Box. I haven't had any intense dryness going on at all. I haven't had any flakiness anywhere, nothing. So that's really awesome. After Marine, I use Hydra. I use a couple drops of this. And then after Hydra, I use a drop of Pearl all over. And then after Pearl, I use Magic Dragon under my eyes. So I use Magic Dragon twice a day too. It's one of the only ones I use twice a day. And then I follow Magic Dragon with Red Wine Press Serum. And then I like to spot treat with Glow. And the Glow Plus Press Serum, it has the MAP vitamin C in it. So it's really good for helping with dark spots on your skin. So I use the Glow Press Serum on, well, I use it on the few scars that I have, and then I use it on the dark spots like under my eyes here and on any other ones that I can find. So this one's just a spot treatment for me. And then after that, I use the anti-aging eye gel oil all the way around the orbital bone and into my eyebrows, because I did lose a lot of those whenever my thyroid started acting up, so I'm hoping to get those to grow back. And they actually are coming back. I had actually posted a before and after photo of my eyebrows are getting a little bit fuller in the areas that they had started to fall out before, so it's already helping. And then of course it helps with the early aging as well. This one's really nice. It's like a nice, like, soft oil. It just feels really nice on your fingers. And hi, Madeline. And then I use whatever's left over on my lips. And then on the days that I feel really dry, I use the Rose and Honey cream. Because it's just really hydrating. It's also really good for acne. So if I'm like feeling like I'm breaking out, or if I feel like I'm really dry, then I'll use the Rose and Honey cream. And then if I feel like I got a little more sun than I meant to that day, like in the car on the way home, sometimes it's really, really, really hot. Like that's when the sun's really high in the sky here. Then I'll use the After Sun instead. If I feel like I need a little boost of like cooling down, because After Sun it's really nice for cooling down your skin. And then I've been alternating. I use Blush Beauty Oil after that, a few drops of this. And then I alternate. I am also testing the Jade Gel Cream. And then I have the Donkey Milk Gel Sleeping Pack. So on the nights that... Actually, I'm just kind of alternating right now. Kind of like every other night I'm using the Donkey Milk Gel Sleeping Pack as my last step. And then on the other night I'm using the Jade Gel Cream as my last step. So... that is my morning and my evening routine. And then the cucumber mist that's in the Summer Box, I used to use it as my first serum in the morning every day, but I was also using it in the middle of the day for hydration. And I just don't want to go through it too fast, so I decided to just start using just the Lotus as my first serum in the morning, and now I'm using the coconut serum just as the for hydration, like throughout the day. If I feel like I need a little boost, I'm saving it for that. So that one stays in my purse. And then the other thing, the bamboo cleansing grains, or I'm sorry, the bamboo dry shampoo. I keep this in my pocket now, and it stays with me all the time because I actually forgot how bad I produce just ridiculous amounts of oil in the summer. My hair like looks dirty within like 12 hours of taking a shower in the summer. So I keep this in my pocket. So that's one of the nice things about this size, is it fits perfectly in your pocket. And if you just need, you know, you're noticing a little oil going on, and for me it happens right here really fast, and I'll just add a little bit there, and then I feel like you know, my hair is refreshed. So that's super nice about the dry shampoo, and it works so well, guys. Every dry shampoo I'd used before this had always left like a cakey feeling in my hair, and it was just awful. And I tried so many different kinds, and this honestly is my favorite one that I've ever used. And it also smells wonderful. I've never used one that I actually really liked the smell of before this either. So that's really cool. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I talked about so far? See, the only other thing I was going to talk about was what I'm going to bring with me to go camping this weekend. I hope I'm not missing anything. I think everybody's just really quiet tonight. Remember sunscreen. Alright, so the only other thing I wanted to tell you guys about was what I'm going to bring with me to go camping. So obviously when you're camping... Oh wait, I'm sorry, Rochelle. How do you apply dry shampoo on the go? I usually like to do it with a makeup brush, but obviously when you're on the go you don't have time to do that. So I just take it, and then I'll just kind of... Actually, I probably could use a little bit of this right now. And then I just take a little bit. There we go. And then put it between both hands. And then you just kind of get it in your scalp the same way you would a shampoo. You just want to get it, you know, because your scalp is where you're going to be too oily. So you're just going to kind of rub it in, and it'll absorb some of that oil for you, so it doesn't look like it's bad. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell, that looked like super oily before I did that, and now it looks a lot better. And that's always where, like, this part of my scalp literally starts producing oil within minutes of taking a shower. So it's really great. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. But yeah, in the morning when I do it, like if I'm trying to do, especially if like it's for all over, or if there's like a large area in the front, then I use a, I'll like get a bunch of it in the lid, and then I use a makeup brush, and then I'll kind of use that to get it in there, and it works really well that way too. So that's just another tip. So what I'm gonna bring with me camping this weekend, I promised you guys I was gonna tell you. So I am going to bring, I'm gonna bring my bamboo foaming cleanser. I'm not going to promise you guys I'm going to use it a bunch because, like I said, I'm going camping, so, you know, roughage. There is a shower house. I just don't know how much, you know, it just depends on what we're doing and how much we're going to make it over there. You know, ideally, I'd like to think I'd still do my routine while I'm there, but, you know, I'm going to be camping. So, I'm going to bring the bamboo cleanser, and I'm going to bring my peppermint water. This is probably what I'll be using the most, because it'll be easy. I can just throw it on a cotton pad and wash my face when I wake up in the morning. So I'm going to bring these two. Obviously, I'm going to bring the dry shampoo because camping. And then I'm going to bring the coconut serum. So that's going to be my first serum, I think. And then I guess I hadn't thought about this as much as I thought that I did. And then I'm going to bring the... Do you stay in a camper or a tent? My parents have a camper. They didn't used to. It's actually funny because my parents used to pick on people with campers, and now they have a camper. But, you know, I mean, you get to the point that you're tired of sleeping on the ground, so it's like totally understandable. So yeah, they have a camper with 3 beds in it. So me and my daughter will be on one of them. So, and then my husband's coming a day behind, and he's gonna sleep in a tent. So I may be in a tent the next day, and then in the camper the first day. It just depends on how things go. So both. There will be both, but the first night will be in the camper. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's exciting. And it's a really nice camper that they got. I like it. So, yeah, I think that's all I'm going to bring. This is what I'm going to bring, guys. And the coconut. I'm going to bring the cucumber spray too. But that one is in my purse because that's where I keep it because I use it for throughout the day. So I'm going to bring, this is all I'm going to bring. I'm going to promise myself right now, this is all I'm bringing because we all know that when we're on vacation or when we're camping, we don't want to make life too complicated because we're trying to relax, right? And have fun. So I'm going to bring my bamboo foaming cleanser. I'm going to bring my peppermint water. I'm going to bring my cucumber, or I'm sorry, my coconut serum, my Blush Beauty Oil, my red wine press serum, and my After Sun. And then my cucumber and aloe mist. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to bring 8 things because I'm counting the bamboo dry shampoo too. So that is my camping routine. That's what I'm going to do. So it's pretty much most of the essentials from the summer box. The only thing I'm not going to bring is the toner. I'm going to leave that one behind for camping. So, do you guys have any questions about any of the many routines we went over tonight? I actually can't believe I went over 3 routines. It's crazy. Is there anything else you guys want to know? Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm also excited that I have these products that are really easy to use and they're easy to travel. Because normally when I go camping, I don't do really anything except a washcloth. So I'll be taking care of my skin. I'll be protecting my skin, you know, and everything while I'm there. So that'll be relaxing too, because I always get, I don't burn easily, which I think that's weird for people with fair skin, but I could stand in the sun for a really long time and nothing. Hey, Shitra. And I just don't tan, but I don't burn either. I just do nothing. I spend a bunch of time in the sun and everybody else gets a tan and I just look like I stayed inside. I can't explain that. I've never been able to figure it out. So, but I do tend to burn here if I'm in the sun for too long. So it's good that I'll be taking care of my skin to protect myself from that. So I wish I knew. Sorry. All right. Well, I guess if you guys don't have any other questions, I guess I will let you go for the night. If you are watching this in the Facebook community, catching the live replay, just put your questions in the comments and let me know and I will get back to you. If you are watching this on YouTube and you wish that you could be part of the comment part, come join our community and we would be happy to have you so that we can have you with the lives and participate in everything. It makes it a lot of fun. And also too, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you could like and subscribe to our Sabbatical Beauty channel, we would really appreciate it. Thanks. Have a good night, guys. Bye.